On this week's episode, we talk about Free Guy
and other pop culture news of the week. Where's your blue shirt?
That's right, I don't have a blue shirt.
Oh.
This is one of my most formal shirts, but I don't have a blue one. All khakis.
Oh,
Do I?
well.
No, I don't have khakis. I have brown pants.
Yeah.
Light brown, but not khakis. Is khaki the color or the type?
I think it's the color.
Okay.
But it can also refer to like the type.
Okay.
Like khaki. Well, anyway.
Anyways, in this week's episode,
Yes.
we're not talking about pants.
We are not. We're talking about Free Guy, a new comedy / action / chick flick from Ryan Reynolds and a whole bunch of other great people.
Yeah, it's this very, very interesting, very funny video game movie.
Yeah.
And it's based on a video game that doesn't exist.
Which might be why it was successful. Because video game films are notorious for not.
Yeah, they tried to
Doing
adapt to a different medium and they screw up pretty much all the time.
Assassin's Creed.
Yes, that was one of the worst. But there's successful franchises based on video games that apparently have nothing to do with the video game, like Resident Evil, according to hardcore fans. It's terrible, but as a film, it's entertaining. But I guess it has nothing to do with the game. Anyways, Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. So the plot of the movie. Let's put it out there before we talk our impressions. The plot is pretty simple. Is this guy, and what's his name?
Guy.
Yeah. So Ryan Reynolds portrays this guy. There is an NPC, and for you, they are not gamers, they are not players. NPC means
a non-playable character?
Yes. So it's not a character they're gonna be played. It's a character generated by the program, by the computer. It might interact with you if you interact with him or her.
But it's mostly like part of the background,
yes,
part of the world.
Yes. So Ryan Reynolds is this character that works for a bank and does every day he does the same thing because that's what the NPC do. And something happens and he wakes up. Now he's observing things with freedom to make choices like players do. So he goes through that and he meets one of the players and they're gonna work together to solve a problem, a legal problem. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into details that might change the game and some people's lives forever. By some people, I mean the people behind the game, the creators of the game. So, yeah. Let's keep it the plot like that. Do you want to say anything more? Anything
I
else
think
about the
that
plot?
pretty well covers. That's a nice good summary. But from here on out, spoiler alert, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So the plot was simple, but they really did a great job within that. It starts out as a fun comedy, just seeing life through the eyes of an NPC. It was very entertaining. Then it switches into action adventure as Guy becomes aware, he starts to level up and interact with the game, and then the added action of trying to like save the game and save the world and all that. And then at the very end we have a final twist and it becomes a really sweet romantic chick flick.
Yeah.
So we bounce around.
I wouldn't go as far as chick flick.
Well, it has a very chick flick ending.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah.
That kiss.
Yeah, there's
crossing the street in the middle of traffic and the kiss.
Yeah.
Which the cut was weird because
it was weird. It was like they were about to kiss and then
I don't know, maybe the director and the editor hated how they kissed. Or it was in contract that they wouldn't kiss. I don't know. Who knows?
Not us.
But there's a lot we know. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just like the genre thing.
For me, one big surprise was I thought this one would go full on into the game and stay in the game all the time. The characters we saw in the trailer, I thought were all part of the game. And no, there's a outer world, there's a real world element. So there's the game Guy and the people that go in the game and interact with Guy. But there's characters that play the game, that create the game, and how the game influence real life. For instance, we see a lot of real life gamers, YouTubers that play games for people to watch. They give tips about games. You know, they became worldly famous by playing video games. So we see these guys talking about what's happening in the game, the news.
Yeah.
So for me, that was a big surprise because I thought it was inside the game all the time. So there's more to it, which I thought was pretty cool because there's the human element is there. So Guy, if anything, Guy becomes free. He becomes self-aware, but he developed. And I actually the first thing that happens him breaking free of his program is his constant search for love. And he sees the girl singing his favorite song, the song that plays every day when he wakes up, a Mariah Carey song. And that clicks and frees him. So the first thing that make him a self-aware AI is love. He start loving it. They don't go so much deep on that. They could go into different directions, but that wakes in him like all sort of feelings and you know, things to do and aspirations. Yeah,
those aspirations, I think, he has something to like really try for and work for, as like a motivation, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I had a thought on that and it's left. So okay. Okay, so something totally different. This movie is like I think you could really enjoy it even if.
What's the rating of the movie? It's PG.
It's gotta be PG-13. There were a couple F-bombs.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
That was a beautiful one. This little girl playing.
Yeah.
And she has a friend right by her, even younger than her. It's like, you go and F this.
Yeah.
And it cuts to like it's beautiful.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. This whole interaction between like the real world and the video game, I think it raises the stakes. Right, it's not just about video game characters. Like there is like real life. There are real life implications for what's happening in the game.
Oh
and I think it raises the stakes.
And it was
in a beautiful way. It gives the movie and the plot like some more substance.
Oh yeah, no, it was well done because the whole thing about how a Guy is the avatar of the real life character. So everything he does, the way he feels, the things he likes, the girl he loves, he does that because he was written by this guy that likes those things and loves those things. And it's kind of obvious, like maybe right out of the gate, right from the beginning, when guys start interacting with the girl, it's like, oh, you like this too? Yeah, I like this too. So, but the way they built the movie, it was well done. It wasn't like, oh, really, you know. It was.
Yeah, it was sweet.
It was nicely done. Yeah,
it was very nicely done. So the other thing I was going to say was like, I think you could really enjoy it even if you've never played a video game in your life. It's very accessible in that way, but there are tons of Easter eggs and references and like inside jokes that I think made it particularly enjoyable for gamers, for those of us who dabble and those of us who are a little more into it.
You're gonna see some people jumping for no reason.
Yeah.
If you ever played a video game, a battle royale or a first-person shooter, a multiplayer game, you will get why some people jumping in the middle of the street for no reason.
People like try to climb up the side of a building. There's a great moment where a guy he's starting to realize that he can like how he can like actually interact and how much control he has over his life. So he picks up a grenade and he tries to throw it, and it bounces off the side of a car right back at him. Not to brag, but that's happened to me so many times in video games where I'll just throw a grenade and I'm really bad at it, and so it bounces right back and maybe kills me. So it's like super relatable. Also, like we see the in-game avatars and then like their real life. Like the real life players behind them. So like these little girls who are playing just like big guy. So there's things like that.
This guy his avatar is Channing Tatum, and he's no Channing Tatum.
Yeah, he's like this. That was a great line. He's like this streamer, this gaming streamer who lives in his mom's house. So at one point she's in the background vacuuming. She's like, "You're 22 and you live in my house. There is no God."
Yeah.
So lots of stuff like that. There's some of like the dances, some of the goofy stuff that
that
people
emojis, emotes. Yes, yeah. The emotes from the games, when you fight someone, you do the dance, you do the catchphrase,
Which, like, within the context of a video game, when you're playing it, is like, that's just normal, it's part of the game. But when you put it with, like, live action, like, real people in what's otherwise a normal setting, it's hysterical and ridiculous. Like, this tank just driving down the street, and it's normal to everybody.
Yeah. And as an NPC guy in the other NPCs, they walk around like nothing is happening, like everything is fine, which is even more funny because those stuff happen in the background. And he's gonna walk into the bank where he works every day, and the bank is being robbed every day. Every day.
In fact, it's like multiple times a day. They're like, was that the 2:30 robbing or the 4 o'clock?
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah. And it's just their life.
The movie is really funny. It's really well done. It's really beginning, middle, end. It works really nice. It's doing really well at the box office. It's already top on the charts. Disney already said they want another one. Ryan Reynolds went to the news and did you want another one? Even though the story, as I said, beginning, middle, and end.
Yeah, like they wrapped it up. They told the complete story here.
Yeah, but since it's video game and they could go to a completely different story, or they could a new thread. I think there's a couple, the real life couple that created the game. I think that part of the story is done. But Guy, you could make Guy interact with other people, and
sure,
so many possibilities. You could, this person that has problems and go play video game, and I personally know people like that, and they went to play video game to help to escape from this world because of some tragedy, and the video game helped that person escape and create a life and a commitment to the virtual world that helped that person's life. So I guess you could go there. But if you want a drama, but we don't want a drama because the whole thing was really funny. It was really lighthearted, and I hope they keep it that way.
Yeah. Well, and with Ryan Reynolds, like this is just, he has such a unique brand of comedy.
Yeah.
I feel, and even if they went more towards the drama side, I think he would manage to keep it.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
But that's the thing about Guy, as he frees himself and he evolves to a point that he might become someone tough to beat, meaning whatever threat has to come, it has to be something really, because he's friendly. An AI, and that's the unique characteristic of the character. He's an AI, but it evolves from the program, is an algorithm, but evolves in a way that starts working by itself, thinking and choosing. Yeah.
I guess maybe that's part of why this is interesting. Like, it gets into some of these, I don't know, like meaning of life things without any like heavy-handed conversations about what is the meaning of life. But they talk a lot about being trapped and stagnant and stuck in a loop, and then how wonderful it is for Guy to become free of that. But not just Guy, but then like the programmers who created him, and how they feel the same way. Like, they're stuck and trapped, and they feel like they're stuck in this loop, and then
and anyone else, everybody else, for that matter, they keeps doing the same things in life, but it might want to do something else, and it might lack the courage, like one of the characters, like the guard, his buddy.
Yes, his best friend, aptly named Buddy.
Yeah, we have a buddy. We have a guy and have a dude. I think the rest of we have Officer Jimmy. Everybody else has names. Yeah, the barista has a name, Marisa, something like that. Yeah, but talking about people and about names, we have some pretty big names on the movie.
Yes, these are my favorite Easter eggs, or these cameos. But they're well hidden. So the first one was a player in an alley wearing a mask.
Player, right? It was an NPC.
It was an actual player, and
it's probably because the NPCs and the players, the difference is glasses. The players wear sunglasses, as they call it, right? And right out the gate, you have a player that's wearing a mask. But it wasn't random. It was because it was someone famous, and they want to keep it secret.
Yes, but if you are an uber nerd, you've seen a bunch of this guy's movies, and of course it's Hugh Jackman. Which as listening to his voice talking, I was like, no, yeah, of course, because they have this whole
they have this
Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman and the holiday sweater and all that whole thing. So yeah, that was the first one. Then a bank robber. Or one of the guys who robs a bank is voiced by
The Rock.
Yeah.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, I'll admit that one confused me. So, this sounds like The Rock, but this is a normal sized dude. But that's the whole point of video games, right? You can be and look like whoever you want.
We also have John Krasinski, and we might have more. Those are the ones we got it.
Yeah, but. Yeah. I don't know. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean the cast is splendid. The girl, I don't think I've seen her before.
No.
And it's for me it was very weird or interesting. But I guess again it's a video game thing. And in the video game she looks older. And it's just makeup. It's like light makeup. It's not even that big. And an accent. In real life, she on the video game she has dark hair. In real life, she's blonde. And I was like, is that the same girl? Anyways, but it was the guy. I mean, not the guy. The boy is we know him from Stranger Things. He was the ice cream captain.
Yes. Ahoy, Scoops Ahoy.
Yeah. Yes. We have one Taika Waititi as the big bad guy. We have what's the guy's name? The other guy's name I can't pronounce it.
I've already forgotten it.
Can you check?
Well, it's not that. But that was a good start.
But it's like it's so many consonants that
it's a lot of syllables.
I can't. Not a syllables. It's like a lot of consonants on one syllable. I mean, not one.
Let's see. So Jodie Comer is our leading lady.
Who's the other
Ambedkar.
Who's the other blonde?
The other blonde, Camille Kostek.
Bombshell. Why is she on the top of the list?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, IMDb has people listed in a strange order. Like Dwayne Johnson is second on their cast list.
Like one line. Do you see anyone famous that we didn't? Channing Tatum, we mentioned he's an Avatar.
So the guy you were talking about before is Utkarsh Ambedkar. Okay. Oh, Tina Fey is one of the voices. Oh, she's the mom?
Vacuum.
She's the voice of the mom.
She's the mom. Okay.
So she's the one who says, "There is no God."
That's so quick.
Yeah. Lil Rel is Buddy. Oh, Alex Trebek.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah. There was Alex Trebek was live when they shoot, and it was probably I don't know. I want to say his last movie appearance.
Yeah. I'm not recognizing any other big names here.
Okay. I guess this is the list.
I think
big
we're all
names
down
will be
to
on the top. Yeah.
Either way.
But yeah, it was an excellent cast. Sean Levi directed the movie. The movie is. Do you know her from anything? I don't remember her.
She was Rey's mother. In Star Wars.
Okay. That's quick. I can memorize that.
It's like she was on Killing Eve.
Okay.
A series, yep.
Okay.
And a few other.
But she did great. Yeah,
yep.
It was good.
She actually is English, so the fake accent is when she's American.
Look at the irony.
Yeah.
In the movie, the accent is fake, but it's actually her accent.
Yeah.
And when in real life, it's like, interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, Free Guy, directed by Sean Levi and produced and starred by Ryan Reynolds. It's available at the movies everywhere. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think I pretty well covered it. Yeah. Just go watch it. It's really fun.
It was fun. There was like some moments. There's like when you would think the movie is about done. There will not be. There's no post credit scene if you're gonna go watch and you're gonna wait for that. You don't need to wait. The credits sequences. It's interesting. You should see. But there's nothing after the credits. When you think the movie was already good, and you think the movie was getting close to the end, and it was like, okay, now they're gonna wrap this up, and there's some like big surprises, big like, whoa, this is fun.
It was just it was fun.
Yeah.
It is PG-13. I think mostly for a couple of F-bombs.
And there's a lot of shootings in.
There is, but there's no blood whatsoever.
Okay.
No. There is a little bit. There's a little bit. But I don't know. I would feel comfortable with older kids watching this.
Yeah.
Just if that's a concern to you.
Okay.
All right.
Free Guy, available everywhere. Go watch it. It's fun. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the news.
Yes.
All right.
By the 100th time. Yes. Is our episode 100.
Is it?
It is. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
Oh, good for us.
Good for us. Thank you for your audience, for your people listening everywhere in the planet, people watching on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and of course all the podcast platforms, Apple, what they call Apple Podcasts, Google, I guess it's called podcast too. But then there's
Spotify,
Amazon, what that radio one, that big one, iHeartRadio, Audible. You're available everywhere. You could find a podcast. So thank you for all you listening.
Yeah.
And we're here for 100 more. I almost forgot that too, but yes.
Wow, 100.
100.
Oh my goodness.
100.
So many warm fuzzies.
Yes.
Okay.
But this week we also did other things.
Yeah.
We watched other things, and there's a lot going on in the world of entertainment. We had the Olympics ending last weekend. Yeah. And the ratings went down, so...
Not my fault. I watched as much as I could. The ratings went down, but this was the most streamed Olympics. So I guess some of that viewership maybe just shifted.
Yeah, which makes sense.
To people watching in different ways.
You can watch on your phone anywhere, and that doesn't count as a broadcast rating.
Yeah.
And so the whole dilemma, the same issue that the movies are having with streaming. Yeah. TVs are having with streaming, and this whole conversation, this whole debate about the Nielsen system and how they should change. And anyways, for a different conversation. But so we had the Olympics that are over. So with the Olympics ending, we have our shows coming back, but also we have a batch of new shows coming out, premiering. For instance, we saw the first episode of What If, the Marvel Disney Plus alternative reality type of show, which in the books is alternative reality, and the one big thing that they did on this one is it's not, which...
Honestly, it's not that surprising though, because the MCU and the way Disney is doing Marvel is everything is so connected and intertwined and uniform. So I guess it's not that surprising after Loki that What If would be part of that. So they kind of tied it into everything and made it canon by just saying these aren't just hypotheticals, this is all these different. These are variants, basically. They didn't use that word, but that was what I got from the intro.
It's like it got messy with the whole timeline. So she made because of the choice she made, she created a different universe. Which is they don't pick a lane. They call sometimes they call one thing timeline.
Universe.
Sometimes they call universe. Yeah, so that's what it's messy. But either way, I'm pretty sure still What If is in a way that they might use some, they might not. One day in the future they might. Peggy Carter, Captain America, Captain UK, the version of the super soldier on the Marvel Universe. On that universe might, meet this universe and come to this universe. And some of those might never happen. Like there's one episode where we have zombies. I doubt that the zombies gonna come to this to the 616 universe. Some character might end up there and finding zombies and coming back, but I'm pretty sure some will be like in the books, an exercise of reality and creativity. Things as they could be. Yeah.
And it's fun, and this first episode was fun. Like he said, it featured this is Captain Carter. So the what if here is what if Peggy Carter was the one who got the super soldier serum instead of Steve, and how things played out differently. It is an animated series, and in a lot of ways it clunked, like it stuck pretty closely to the plot of Captain America, the First Avenger.
Which in this one was probably not the best of it. We will remain to see the other ones. But this one specifically, it only changes the person that becomes the super soldier. Which, it's okay, it's interesting. But I mean,
I still enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too, but
I hope the others will go like further afield.
Oh yeah, further would be interesting. Yeah. We also had a version of Iron Man or War Machine on this episode. Since Steve didn't become the super soldier, for some reason Steve stick around doing nothing until he finally gets a suit of armor and becomes a version of Iron Man.
Yeah, so Howard Stark uses the Tesseract to build him like a huge, like Hulkbuster sized Iron Man suit. And what do they call him? He had some kind of
Hydra Stomper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hulkbuster, Hydra Stomper.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We got some of the voices of the actors that voiced the original characters. I mean, that were the original characters, portrayed the original characters. But yeah, we have more episodes. At this point, every episode is gonna be a "What If" title, and we know there's more coming.
Yes.
One of the things that we watched that just came out was the first episode of the batch of 3 that were released of the new season of Titans on HBO Max. And the show remains good, if not bad. I think they delve more into stuff that the other season was shy about it. And they have this interesting way of not dealing with characters. It's like, this character dead. This character dead.
Yeah. Alfred dead. Whatever.
Which I mean, it could be used for the plot, and it was. But also, it's a better way to this character is not gonna be featured on this narrative reality, on this version we creating. So that it's better than like CW's Batwoman, where characters are not there. There's no explanation, and the character that there is explanation why he's not there. This explanation is poor.
It doesn't make sense.
It's like, Bruce Wayne is gone. Nobody knows where. It's like, really? Did you ask Gordon? Did you ask? Anyways.
Yeah. And I mean, to be fair, Batwoman is a really low bar. Even the second season that I'm enjoying more, it's still like a really low bar for good writing. but Titans has definitely cleared it far and above. And I feel, and I am
because you can't if you have a character and you don't want to use it. Sure, you can kill it because you're never gonna use it. And it's better than be waiting for, oh, where's Alfred all this time? And in season 16, Alfred shows up. So you're not going to use it, and you know you're not going to use it at all. Kill it, so fine.
But also for these characters who are so crucial to Gotham, like, it just doesn't make sense that Alfred would retire somewhere far away. That's not Alfred's brand. That's not who he is.
And then a niece that he never had shows up. That's Batwoman. But but you can deal with characters that they are big, but they're not there for some reason, and you might explain later. Like in Superman and Lois, you have the Luthor. Some Luthor is there. If not Lena, hopefully not. There's Lex.
Yeah, they made it sound like Lex.
But it's you're not talking about him.
Yeah, they mentioned him a couple times just to say that, like, yep, he's like still definitely an arch nemesis, but not like priority numero uno at the moment.
So if he pops up, so it's so you have that option and you have the Titans option, Supergirl options. Should not Supergirl, Batwoman should not be an option, but it is. And Supergirl did the same. Poorly dealing with some main characters because Superman was mentioned in the first season, and then you would see.
Or they text each other.
Or something like that. Yeah. That's like, really? Oh, this global threat that's gonna destroy not only our planet but our galaxy. What are we gonna do? Is I need Superman help. And she would text him. He would do the thing, and then it's like, thanks, Kara. I took care of it.
Thanks, cousin.
Anyways,
either way, Titans is doing this much more elegantly.
Titans is doing good. The show is beautifully done. The characters, it's good to see Dick Grayson kicking butts
as Nightwing.
Yeah,
so great.
And having the fun. It's like his teenage angst that make him leave the robbing and grow up to be himself, but freed him a little bit. That he can be,
Yeah, I feel like last season, and I'm really happy to see the show evolve this way, like, where season 1 is just kind of like setting everything up, and now in season 2, like, we have these established characters, and so now we're not revisiting like the drama of the first season, we're getting into like new stuff, and really moving forward with everybody.
Yes, and they are the Titans, they help the city, and they known. They're not like obscure and work in the shadows. They work out in the light, and the press talk to them, and the characters. Every character evolving in their own way. You have Beast Boy trying to get all the beasts to his arsenal. We have Stella. No, Stella is the name in Portuguese. Starfire taking the role of leader. I guess a co-leader with Dick.
But also figuring out some new stuff about, there's like some weird stuff going on with her powers, or we're not sure, but there's something new coming.
So every character has their side story, the subplot there, evolving. And it was only the first. There's still 2 more we're gonna watch, and we've come back to it because so far so good. Yeah,
I'm down for all that. Okay, anything else for
the things we saw?
Titans? That's pretty much what we've been watching.
Yeah, Titans. We did finish the Bad Batch. Finally, we're behind. It was good. The show remains good, and the last couple episodes that had the whole, the sad, dark feeling that episode 3 had. That like the things are lost beyond. We know there's a new hope in the future, but the way episode 3 finished was like sad, and it was like, the things you learned and start loving from episode 1 and 2, but they're all lost. The Jedi are lost, and now this happens to the whole clone verse, to the whole clone part of the universe. The clones discarded, they are sent away. Camino is destroyed, and and it was well done. I liked it.
Yeah, I did too. I feel like for me personally, it's up there with Clone Wars in a way that they're doing a great job of developing this time period that hasn't really been treated much on screen, and you know this period between 3 and 4, but especially like right after 3, and I'm really enjoying seeing the Empire become the Empire, seeing this transition from Republic to Empire, and how some people are just fine with it, some people are really suffering, and
that's talking about the Empire, and I'm listening to Tarkin book, and how did they destroy Camino beyond repair? It's like it shows like the Empire is really evil. There's no, it's not ambiguous. People might not know because they don't know, but if you watch what the Empire is actually doing, it's not to grant and to guarantee peace and prosperity to our whatever the Emperor says. They are evil.
They are, and it's good to see that. I think it's good to see that because I think back in 1977, it was enough to see Vader like, yep, nope, bad guys, no problem. But I think now we need to. Like, they really need to illustrate it and lay it out for us. Like, this is why they're bad. This is the peace and prosperity and order that Vader and Palpatine were talking about. And it's not good. And a lot of people are suffering, and this is why the rebellion mattered, and why people are willing to sacrifice so much for it. So it's doing a good job of, like, filling in some gaps, but also, like, adding to, like, why 4, 5, and 6 are so good and so powerful.
Yeah.
And just on its own, it's a fun story. It's good. I like it.
No, really good. It's really good. And about the Bad Batch, Dave Filoni signed a deal with HBO Max for first, what's it called, first look deal. So yeah, he might bring some of his talent.
Okay.
To, sorry, I messed this up big time. It's not David Filoni. For some reason I mixed both.
Okay.
Robert Rodriguez.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I didn't see that on
Filoni
the list.
remains at Disney. He's the powerhouse. He's the big man in Star Wars, so he's not going anywhere. Yeah.
And I'm really okay with that. He and Favreau can take Star Wars and...
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, it's Rodriguez.
Yes.
For some reason, they kind of, I don't know, they kind of look like in my head. Maybe they don't. But yeah, it's not the first time I mixed them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, either way, it is Rodriguez who has a first look deal with
and he
HBO.
He had a deal with Netflix. He still has a deal if they might make a sequel for that movie, the kids superhero, whatever they call it.
What did they call that one? We Can Be Heroes.
We Can Be Heroes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Andy will be thrilled.
Yeah.
So, our 4-year-old loves that movie.
Yeah. And which is, movie kind of in the same universe of Loverboy and Shark Girl.
Oh, not kind of, it is.
That's what I said. Yeah. It's in the same universe.
You said kind of in the same universe.
Yeah, I mean...
so it's a straight up sequel. They appear in it as adults.
It's the kind of movie that, it's in the same universe, but it's the kind of movie that he made for his kids, and it was very successful. Spy Kids, all the things that he started developing once he became a father, or once he decided to make for his... It's different than the stuff that he did with Tarantino. That's my point. Like From Dusk to Dawn, and with violent and zombies and vampires, and yes.
Okay. Also over at HBO, well, I guess this is more DC, but Sylvester Stallone is doing great.
Yes, on the past six?
Yeah.
6 decades, he had a top film in the charts. He made many movies, but at least one in the top. And what was it? Do you have the list?
No, you don't have the list here.
I do have the list somewhere. But I think the first one, of course, the first one was Rocky. Followed by, that was the 70s.
Okay.
Then we had Rambo, First Blood, in the 80s.
Yeah.
In the 90s, he had Cliffhanger. In the 2000s, he had Driven. 2010 was The Expendables.
Of course.
And finally, now in the 2020s, he has Suicide Squad. So, yeah, classic guy. Never stopped working. And anything but well deserved.
Yes. Yeah, definitely well deserved. Okay, and also White Lotus. So this is still HBO Max. White Lotus, which is this like bizarre miniseries, has been renewed for season 2. I would not have expected, but
yeah, it's whodunit. But it's not whodunit. It's like who died.
Yeah, this is like a really fun quest. So they tell us at the very beginning, like, oh, someone was murdered, and then we go back a couple weeks, and we've got only one episode left. No one's dead yet.
Yeah,
we don't even know who's gonna die, much less who killed them. And I don't know. It's a fun.
Maybe it's actually not a whodunit. Maybe it's actually a who died. Maybe the person died of a heart attack or eaten by a shark or
sure.
Because the character's reaction at the first scene when someone mentions that is not the best reaction, but it doesn't mean someone was killed. You know, maybe
they do say the murder.
They said murder.
They use the word murder.
Okay. Murder by chocolate. I don't know. Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, that could mean anything.
Anyway,
so that's all happening.
So yeah, White Lotus is gonna get a second season. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be apparently it's gonna be away from Hawaii, away from those characters. It's gonna be another who done it, who died it, or yeah.
Forget the perp. Who's the victim? Yeah. I don't know. We shall see. Over at Netflix, they're still working on Avatar: The Last Airbender, a live-action series. They just released the casting. I don't recognize anybody. I think they're all...
There's boys, there's girls, and that's all I know because I don't know much about those people. Yeah. So was the show because I actually never watched more than one episode of the show.
So he's really missing out. But one important thing one thing they've made it clear here, a major controversy with Shyamalan's adaptation was that he kind of whitewashed. Like, all these characters and the cultures in the world and everything is heavily inspired by...
the guy from Slumdog Millionaire?
So the one guy was Indian, but all these other characters...
The bald kid was Asian on the movie?
Nope.
Oh, he wasn't? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All these other characters were white, or the actors were,
for the
most part, white, even though the characters and their cultures and everything are heavily based on different, like, Asian, mostly Asian cultures.
But that's why the movie's called Avatar: The Last Race Bender. He can bend his race.
Oh, okay. Well, either way...
Actually, the movie's not called Avatar. You know why, right? Because James Cameron. He sued, and I think there's a thing. I think he used even the same logo, just to throw at their faces. So they have to call the movie The Last Airbender. Well,
either way, they've clearly gone in a different direction with this casting. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. There's a lot going on at Disney. Do you want to get into that, or
what's going on at Disney?
Just some stuff with Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
So, because Disney is moving away from the house premiere, whatever they call it, Disney Premium Access, is that what they call it? Disney Plus Premium Access, where you pay more, you're already paying subscription, you pay more to watch a movie that you're eventually going to watch because you're paying already on the same service. So, they're moving away from that because of it's not being successful. It's because that caused the whole controversy with Emma Stone and Scarlett Johansson, because hey, you're not paying me what you're making there, you should pay me. So lawsuits and etc. So they're moving away from that, and they're gonna do Shang-Chi. Now they're gonna go through that, but the CEO said that we're gonna do this great experiment with Shang-Chi, and the cast didn't like it.
Disney CEO was like, yes, Shang-Chi is this great experiment, and the cast is saying, we're not an experiment.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. We'll see how that all goes down. But it will not be on Disney Premier Access.
Yeah, it will be on Disney Plus eventually. And if you're paying, you can watch it. You don't have to pay more. Yeah. Another thing, another quick one from Disney. Emma Stone, that did Cruella recently for Disney, is signed to do a sequel.
Yes, which reminds me of this great line from Free Guy when they're asking Taika Waititi, like, why are you doing a sequel? What if we just made an original game?
Yeah.
And he's like, why would I do that? Like, if I'm Kentucky Fried Chicken, and you like Kentucky Fried Chicken, I'm not going to start another restaurant called, what was it called?
Albuquerque, Boiled
Turkey Albuquerque. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to make more fried chicken. and boy, that's Disney's business model. So, yeah, we already have multiple. We have 101 Dalmatians animated, 102 Dalmatians animated, 101 and 102 Dalmatians live action. Now we have Cruella.
Granted, we didn't see Cruella. We don't know how much it suck. I'm just saying. My point is, I mean, I don't know how much it sucked, because if they trying to show her dark past, she had such a hard time when she was young, and that's why she became a bad guy. That was a bad idea, like 20 years ago when they did that for let's see. When they did that for no, the Maleficent is not 20 years ago, but when they did that for Hannibal Lecter,
different direction.
Yeah, and I mean, when they do that to bad guys, you know. And if anything, George Lucas did like a great job with Anakin, because people hate Anakin from the beginning. So it's not like he was a good guy and something bad happened to him. It's like, no, people already hated him.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's a bad trend to make villains sympathetic, to make villains in a way that maybe if it was me, maybe I would do the same thing. No, we need role models for good guys, and we need this generation need to see what a bad guy is, because there's bad guys out there. Yes. You might not see them in the light of day. And
what I'd really like to see is just original content.
Yeah.
And I would rather have less original content than more sequels and spin-offs. I mean, I say this after singing the praises of Bad Batch. Obviously there's exceptions, but like, we've done Cruella. Can we move on? Or like Free Guy, it doesn't need a sequel. It was perfect. Like we're done. The story, beginning, middle, end. Go make something new. But anyway.
Yeah, what do you expand?
What I'm saying is I want boiled turkey Albuquerque. And not more KFC.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay.
But it's like expanding a universe is interesting. You can do like great things like you did Rogue One.
Yes.
Or you can do like they do Rebels and Clone Wars, and tell all the stories from the universe, because the universe is real big. When you stick to the same universe, you either die as a hero, or you live long enough to drink milk from the tits of a monster in a planet, and be this grumpy old guy that stopped believing in being everything he was just because he's older. It's like it sends a dark message to people. It's like, you're doing like really good, but when you get older, you might be dark and grim, and abandon all your principles and everything that makes you. And I don't know, I think it's very cynic. Is there a word?
Cynical.
To believe that as you grow older and wiser, you actually gonna forget, you're gonna lose all hope of mankind. And some people might be the case, but definitely not Luke Skywalker, and definitely not the majority of people.
Yeah.
Anyways, what else?
Well, I think this is the last thing on my list anyway. Speaking of this whole like sequel thing, Ellie Kemper is signed on with Disney to do or Disney Plus to do a Home Alone reboot.
Is it reboot sequel?
People is calling it a reboot.
Okay. I guess because they're not going to use the same kid.
Yeah.
I mean, they could use Kevin McAllister's kids at this point, but I guess they're not going to do that. But for me, it was a surprise, because first the movie is going to be called Home Sweet Home Alone. And I was like, that sounds like Home Alone. And then I started reading about, it is a Home Alone thing.
The very
but
same.
The cast, is there a kid in the cast?
I honestly didn't look close enough.
Yeah,
I just want to skim through it.
I mean, it doesn't seem like...
They're calling it a modern take. That could mean anything.
Could be a dog, right? Since dogs are kids now, parent of the dogs, whatever. Anyways, so Ellie Kemper, so she's talented, and there's all the talented people. But I think there's a kid there. But
there is a kid.
For me, the confusing thing was, you're doing a Home Alone, but like without a kid. It's like the main star is.
Archie Yates is gonna be the kid. He was the kid in
The friend
in Jojo Rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, he was great.
Yes, he was.
He was really
Wait,
great.
there's something popping there. Love and Thunder. He's gonna be on Thor.
Possibly.
See y'all.
Okay,
And go to
okay.
upcoming. No. Okay. I guess
it was just a commercial.
Okay.
Anyways,
so yeah, I know the Home Alone first one was good. Second one, they actually did a terrific job of following up a story that seemed impossible and crazy. It got crazier and funnier on the second one.
I did, except slightly more infuriating. Like, just how incompetent are these parents?
And they did the third and the fourth one.
Yeah.
I actually never seen it. So.
That's okay.
But they had a terrific cast in the original. They had the parents, they're still around. I mean, not the father, he died.
Yeah.
But
Catherine O'Hara, is that
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I hope he died because. No, I don't hope he died. But if he died,
you hope you're right.
I'm sad. I hope I'm right.
Yeah.
Even though it's someone's death. No. Mm-hmm. Anyways, Kevin O'Hara. So the people that is talented and working is still around. Mm-hmm. Kevin McAllister was Macaulay Culkin. That was a newcomer. Was a very talented kid. But we had my cousin Vinny, right? What's his name?
That's right, Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci was one of the criminals. Yeah.
He was.
And it was really good. So
yeah.
On the third and fourth is a completely different set of criminals and a different family. I think they are neighbors. There's some like really vague reference. You know?
Yeah.
Some sort of expanded universe that people do back in the day. You know. Mm-hmm. It's like there's a trash can in this movie. Oh, but there was a trash can in that movie too. Oh, they're connected. It's like Marvel and the TV. A series of the Marvel Universe. They connected, but they not.
Yeah.
What else?
That's all I got. Oh no, Venom. Venom, Let There Be Carnage got pushed back.
Yes.
A few weeks.
But they're still gonna happen.
Yes.
The great Venom movie where Venom is a joke, but let's hope Carnage. Yeah, do a lot of carnage because.
Based on the trailer, he's looking pretty disturbed and violent and creepy.
Yeah, and Wood Harrison looks good at it. It was a great cast.
Yeah, so October 15th, I think, is the new release date.
Yes, so I guess that's it, right?
Now that's it, yes.
Okay, so I guess that's it for this week. We're coming back next week, starting our new series of 100 episodes.
Yes, the next 100.
The next 100 with more news and entertainment and movies and TV. Again, thank you for your
thanks for listening / watching.
Thank you for your
loyalty, support. Thanks for your support.
Thank you for your company. You're the listening there. Yeah, do like Free Guy, get out of your comfort zone and go do something crazy like eat a bubblegum ice cream or go swing in a swing. Is that if you go swing in a swing?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's
you can just say go swing, yeah.
Go swing? That could mean something bad.
It could, but it could.
Well, that's it for this week. See you next week with more. And may the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.